that's it. I have had enough, and it is time for me to have a rant. I haven't done this in a while. I have been building this one up because I've let it go, and I've let it go, and I've let it go, and it has annoyed the living crap out of me, and the last straw was the release of this, the GX2 and the Luna 2. Now, I do have to give this, I suppose, fair props that Noah Kavanagh mentioned this in one of his reviews, but I'm just going in. This is me, one topic, we're having it. It is the fact that before this boot was even released, when there was about 2 pictures of it out online, the vast majority of people had written it off. You haven't even tried the boot. Now, that's fine. If you don't like a boot, you don't like the look of a boot, that is completely fine. If this boot came out and you went, you know what, that colorway is garbage, I don't like it, fair enough. That is your choice, and that is 100% your opinion. Who am I to tell you that you should like this colorway? I quite like it, but I feel like I'm in the minority there. That's fine. However, the amount of comments that I saw, the amount of talk on the internet, the amount of trash under different posts saying, oh, this is the worst boot ever released, this boot's trash, this boot's going to be awful, what are Nike doing? You haven't even tried the boot. You haven't even held it in your hands at bare minimum. In order to form an opinion about the performance of a boot, I want you to do this. I want you to do this. Pick it up and hold it and look at it and feel it. And it's just not happening. People have got this reactory nature where everything has to be instant, it has to be exactly what they want, and the highs and lows of how that's affecting boots at the moment is madness. Now, in the sneaker community, this is a different matter altogether, because sneakers are almost entirely based on looks. Boots are based on performance. You cannot turn around and say that this boot is bad before you've even put it on your feet. In front of me, I have a lot of boots. I spent a lot of time reviewing boots and forming opinions on boots by wearing them. You haven't even tried the boot, not by just looking at something and going, you know what, I don't like this because I like this. And that's what's happening. There's a few things I think are happening here. One, people have gone, I love the GX. And part of the reason people love the GX is because of hype anyway. It's a great boot, don't get me wrong. Nike, the grip knit, unbelievable. But this has built so much hype that everybody's like, ah, it's the best boot ever made. It's just a good football boot. Calm the hell down. Followed by the GX2 coming out, and everybody's like, no, trash, because this is being replaced. You haven't even tried the boot. I defy you. Go and put this on. Go and play in this. This, I'm saying it, this as a football boot, as the way it's put together, is better than this. The grip knit's better, the one-piece construction is better, the touch on the ball is better, the amount of grip is better, the comfort is better. This, on a sliding scale, is a better boot than this. Now, you can say to me, I prefer this boot. I think this is a better boot for me. Hell yes. You pick up whatever you like and you play in whatever you want. My favourite boot to play in is the Adidas Nemesis. Universally panned. Nobody likes it apart from me, and that's fine because it's my opinion. However, you can't say that this is a trash football boot. You haven't even tried the boot. Now, another thing, another reason that I think this has happened, and it's the combination and it's the naming and it's a marketing thing that Nike have done. They should have maybe seen this coming, but it shouldn't be happening in the first place, and it's bringing the Luna in. So this is now the Luna 2. So the GX2 and the Luna 2 are fundamentally same boot. One has a collar, one doesn't. That's it. Now here I have the FG Luna, like so, and I have the AG GX. And yeah, you know what? If you're going to go out and buy one of these, probably go out and buy the AG GX. I actually don't mind the Luna plate at all, but it's, I don't know, it's not as well rounded. Let's look at it that way. we'll get into it in a full review. If you want to see a full review of the Luna and the GX, please get subscribed to the channel, get the bell notification on, all that jazz. Back to me ranting. So, where was I? No, the Luna. So they've brought the Luna into the fold, and they've confused the naming system by having a Luna 2 and a GX2 and 2 boots that are basically the same. This is Nike's fault. And people universally did not like the Luna. And to some degree, that's fair. But again, there's so many opinions. Luna's trash, worst soul play ever, worst soul play ever. From people who haven't even tried it. You haven't even tried the boot. You haven't even picked up the damn boot. Yes, you can form somewhat of an opinion of what you think it's going to be like before you pick up the boot. Like, this is clearly going to be a fairly aggressive stud pattern. And there's people out there being like, oh, well, you know, what's the point? You just put your foot in the ground and twist it. That's not what it's for. It's for quick release out of the ground. Like, also learn what you're actually talking about before you start talking about it. Don't start just spouting things and hoping that people pile on and join in with you. Do a little bit of research before you just talk crap. Now, this could just be a systemic of the times we live in, this need for instant gratification, the need for people to just shout off on the internet and say whatever they like. But it's really bugging me because this boot has been shot, it's been kneecapped before it's even got started, and it's great. It's really good. This boot is really, really good, and it's been absolutely hamstrung before it got started. Now, again, this, we'll get into this in another video as well. I'll get into it in the review. This is Nike's fault to a degree. Nike should have maybe looked at changing the name of this. If they were going to drop leather, keeping as a Tiempo Legend, maybe not the right idea. It's going to upset a lot of people who are really invested in that silo. And again, I think that's fair enough. I think to be annoyed that something's called the Tiempo Legend when it doesn't hold the characteristics of what a Tiempo Legend should be, and one of those characteristics is a leather upper, fair enough. You can absolutely be annoyed about that, and you can absolutely decide not to buy this boot because it doesn't have a leather upper. That's a key characteristic that you want. You'd be like, hey, I don't want this because it doesn't have a leather upper. I am not spending my money on this. As a consumer, as a person, you have every single right to do that. What you can't do is go out and say, this boot is trash. This is a bad football boot.
You haven't even tried the boot.
Because it's not true. Like, it's just not. If it was a fact, fine, but it's not. Not everything can be based on looks. Not everything can be exactly how you want it. Not everything has to be top end, bottom end. It doesn't have to be, this is the greatest thing in the world, so that by replacing it, this is awful. Try and form a genuine opinion. Don't say that something is bad or awful or just a bad boot based on zero evidence or just the opinions of 50 other people in comments who've also not picked up a pair of boots. As I say, in the sneaker community, in relation to football shirts, anything like that, that's different because it is 100% a looks-based environment. Boots are about performance, and you have to actually give them a chance to perform in order to form an actual opinion. That's my rant. It's primarily focused around the GX and the Luna. Reviews are coming soon. But do better. And if you're not one of these people, you're probably the people still watching this video right now because you've watched the whole rant and gone, hell yeah, I'm with this guy. And if you are one of these people, you probably switched off 5 minutes ago because you're not listening to me anyway. Ah, well, I feel better. Like and subscribe. Catch you later.